In the final week of December, temperatures in an unmarked valley of the Ladakh region dropped below -20 degrees Celsius. 4 border guards conducting a routine patrol tracked a persistent, anomalous signal to a specific set of coordinates in this freezing, desolate terrain. Digging through the ice, the patrol uncovered a smooth, metallic capsule measuring exactly 1 foot in length. It carried no national insignia, only strange, unidentified engravings on its surface. Within seconds of exposure, a faint beeping initiated and a microscopic fissure opened along the capsule's side, releasing an aerosolized mist. The mist contained a highly engineered pathogen. Upon inhalation, the virus bypasses standard immune responses and triggers immediate cellular decay within the pulmonary system. The exposed guards experienced total respiratory collapse, asphyxiating in a matter of seconds. Subsequent thermal and infrared scans of the recovery site revealed that all 4 operatives were neutralized simultaneously, without a single kinetic injury. There were no gunshot wounds, no explosive trauma, and no signs of physical struggle. A localized squad wipe with 0 kinetic footprint indicated that this was not a standard border skirmish. Intelligence agencies reclassified the incident as a live-fire field test of a next-generation biological weapon. The investigation moved from a tactical field anomaly to strategic analysis within the intelligence centers of New Delhi. Medical examiners analyzing the victim's lung tissue confirmed the virus was an artificial construct. Analysts traced the genetic markers of the pathogen to viral research regarding indigenous strains from the Sundarbans. This linked the weapon to Dr. Saurav Chattopadhyay, a lead virologist specializing in those exact local strains, who disappeared 3 days prior to the test. The orchestrator of this weaponization effort is the Helix Syndicate, a decentralized, stateless entity. Unlike traditional state actors, Helix operates through a shadow network of private investors, rogue scientists, and mercenary contractors. The operational nodes within this syndicate reveal a strict hierarchy. The biological engineering is directed by Dr. Victor Karelin, a geneticist who faked his own death a decade prior. Karelin answers only to the apex entity of the syndicate, an individual operating under the designation Prometheus, coordinating from a facility in the Swiss Alps. To counter this network, intelligence commands deployed operative Arjun Sen. A specialist in zero-footprint interventions, Sen's objective was to locate the syndicate's base and intercept their next deployment, designated Phase 2. Intercepted communications identified the target for Phase 2, the Brahmaputra River basin. Releasing the aerosolized pathogen into this water system would impact an estimated population in the millions through rapid downstream dispersion. A stateless entity capable of deploying biological assets with this degree of precision bypasses standard border security and conventional military response. Working with local field agent Kabir Khan, Sen tracked satellite thermal anomalies to a secondary valley in Ladakh. The area registered heat signatures consistent with an active subterranean presence. The approach vector was immediately compromised by an artificial avalanche. Meteorological data confirmed no storms in the area for 3 days. The icefall was triggered to funnel intruders into a specific tactical choke point. As soon as their vehicle halted, armed private military contractors initiated a sustained ambush from the ridges. Sen and Khan abandoned the vehicle, transitioning to kinetic cover-and-shoot evasion to survive the crossfire. Pinned against the rock face, Sen observed a perfectly smooth, laser-cut anomaly in the stone wall. Brushing away the snow, he uncovered a hidden, biomimetic scanner panel engraved with a DNA helix, the primary access point to the bunker. Breaking cover, Sen laid down suppressing fire to neutralize one of the advancing contractors. He dragged the guard to the rock face and pressed the contractor's finger against the scanner to trigger the entry sequence. The mountain wall ground open, revealing that the facility's security protocol remained tethered to the physical presence of its personnel.
Pacing slows slightly. Atmospheric. Crossing the threshold, the environment shifted from the natural rock of the Himalayas to a high-tech infrastructure of steel corridors, exposed piping, and dense cabling. This schematic details the facility's architecture: Level 1 corridors, Level 2 biolaboratories, and Level 3 subterranean hangar. Descending into Level 2, Sen and Khan breached the central laboratory, finding rows of steel containment units holding the Phase 2 viral payload. The facility's security registered their presence, bathing the corridors in red light and triggering an intruder alert. Over the intercom, Dr. Carolyn informed the operatives that the launch sequence had already been initiated. A heavily armed 5-man security team advanced on their position. Utilizing the tight corners and steel bulkheads of the corridor, Sen and Khan neutralized the lead guard to create an opening in the security line. Under sustained fire, Sen and Khan executed rapid lateral movement to reach the emergency stairwell descending to the Level 3 hangar. For a 2-man team inside an enemy stronghold, maintaining forward momentum and dictating the angle of engagement is a tactical requirement for survival. Inside Level 3, the operatives found over a dozen automated drones, their engines cycling as they prepared for a synchronized launch. Carolyn initiated a 10-second final countdown. The operatives had a narrow window to prevent 12 localized bioweapon payloads from going airborne. Sen bypassed the drones themselves, instead aiming his remaining ammunition at the facility's primary fuel tank. The armor-piercing rounds ruptured the pressurized tank, triggering an expanding fireball that consumed the launch bay and vaporized the immediate infrastructure. This sabotage destroyed the primary drone swarm on the pad and triggered an automated self-destruct protocol within the facility. As the facility began to collapse, Sen and Khan commandeered an experimental syndicate stealth jet. They cleared the hangar doors a fraction of a second before the entire mountain detonated. Prioritizing the fuel infrastructure achieved total neutralization of the launch bay at the cost of the entire facility. Clearing the blast radius, the jet's radar picked up 3 targets. A backup drone swarm launched from a secondary chute, racing toward the Brahmaputra River. Sen attempted a lock, but heavy static interference jammed the jet's digital guidance systems. Abandoning the missiles, he dropped altitude. Utilizing manual analog targeting, Sen aligned the jet's machine gun and shredded the first drone with a ballistic burst. The 2 remaining drones shifted from their flight path to the river, banking sharply and accelerating toward the jet on a coordinated attack vector. As the drones tracked the jet's heat signature, Sen abruptly cut the engines. The resulting deceleration caused the fast-moving drones to overshoot their target. Sen deployed thermal flares to blind the drone's infrared sensors, creating a window to invert the jet and destroy the second drone with a burst of fire. The automated sensors of the drones were programmed for high-speed pursuit. They were unable to compensate for a target that simply stopped moving mid-air. The jet's machine gun clicked empty. The third drone slipped below the cloud cover, beginning its terminal dive toward the river basin. Out of ammunition, Sen overrode the jet's safety protocols and locked the autocollet directly onto the drone's descent trajectory. With the jet accelerating into a steep dive, Sen and Khan ejected from the cockpit, deploying their parachutes into the high-altitude air. The multi-ton stealth jet slammed directly into the third drone, triggering a massive, bright mid-air explosion high above the river. The high-temperature combustion of the jet fuel was necessary to incinerate the viral payload before aerosol dispersion could occur over the river. Following the recovery of the operatives, Sen's phone received a message from Prometheus. While the Ladakh facility was destroyed, the syndicate's leadership, operating from Switzerland, remained operational. The neutralization of the Ladakh facility and the drones halted a mass casualty event, but the message from Switzerland confirms that the Helix command architecture is still intact.